Hello Internet, James Allen from Out of 8, and today I'm playing Racing Simulation Dirt 4. Game is a follow-up to Dirt Rally, which was more of a realistic simulation, but also brings in some game modes and handling from Dirt 2 and 3. Game features a career mode where you go through the major disciplines, which are Rally, Land Rush, Rallycross, and Historic Rally. Each of these have different events. The good news is you don't have to win or even sit on the podium in order to unlock the next set of events. You just have to complete them. Now, you do get more money if you win the events. The Land Rush event is pretty short. There's only 3 tracks and not very much to it. Rallycross is also fairly short, which is a little weird considering that it has the official license of the World Rallycross Championship. And then Historic Rally is the same as Rally, but the events are generally longer and involve the older cars. I've actually primarily been doing my own custom things in the free play mode. But what you can do with the money is you can buy vehicles, you can hire staff, you have different engineers and stuff you can do here. You can upgrade your facilities, which allows for more stuff, more cars, better sponsors, stuff like that, faster repairs. And then also go in and change your sponsors around. And design your vehicle. So you can customize your paint job, have all these different sponsors and stuff like that. Now, difference is you can actually race any of the cars in the game. But if you own the car, you get all of the winnings but have to pay for repairs. Whereas if you rent the car, you have to pay a portion of your winnings to the person who's in charge of that event, or that owns that car. So here we have different vehicle classes. You can go through the classifieds and buy used vehicles. Difference is the used vehicles have worse parts because of the wear and tear of buying a used vehicle, as opposed to new vehicles, which have the maximum rated thing. Now you can go in and upgrade any of the parts that you want if you so choose. So in addition to the career mode, it has competitive mode. This is very similar to Dirt Rally, where it has kind of a rank-based pro tour where you go in and play people of the same rank as you. Also has the different community events where you go in and it has daily races and weekly and monthly rallies and stuff like that that you can do. You can also do real-time multiplayer where you can race anybody online in any of the game modes, which is pretty nice that you can do that too. So it has both flavors of multiplayer there. Also has set of tutorials in the Dirt Academy, and it has the Joyride mode where you can do time attacks and smash through yellow blocks in the different tutorial area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the free play mode and kind of show off a couple of the modes here. Let's start off with the Land Rush event. Now here, because I don't own any Land Rush trucks, I will have to give some of the money back to the person that actually owns this truck. But we're going to make a pretty short race here. Then add the event. Again, you can add the event here. Now, the one thing that I forgot that I have to do is I'm actually going to change it to the gamer handling mode, which I use for the Rallycross and the Land Rush events, which you can't do from the championship setting page, which is really weird. You actually have to back all the way back out to the main menu and then change it in here. I really like that they include both gaming modes. I actually, like I said, I use gamer mode for Rallycross and for the Land Rush events, and use simulation for the rally events. And I really like that they offer both options. So we will go to make our event just to show off Land Rush and Rallycross really quick. So we're going to do a fairly short event here. There's only 3 tracks, so we'll go to Mexico. And you have different orientations here. I'm going to pick a relatively short one. And you can change the weather. We'll do light rain. That'll make it a little bit more interesting. And here we go. Game usually has a lot of licensed music, some pretty popular stuff too in between, but I would get dinged on YouTube if I were to use it, so we'll turn that off. So here we are in Mexico in the rain. So you need to finish in the top 4. You can tune your vehicle. A lot of setup options here, which are also true for all of the cars in the rally event, which I don't usually mess with that stuff. I just choose whatever the defaults are.
Good start. Let's get your results today. Reds are on.
So the AI in the competitive modes is pretty good. They're very aggressive. Makes for pretty entertaining races. I'm not doing so hot. Problem is, it's only 2 laps, so I gotta make up some time. Now, unlike in F1 and some of the dirt and grid games, there is no flashbacks. What you can do is you can restart the event, which I actually might do because I had a pretty bad start. So you can restart, but you can't do flashbacks, so that's one thing.
Reds, get ready. Go.
See if we can get a better start this time. Basically, all these tracks are the same, where it's a big jump followed by braking for the next turn. Like right there. So, it doesn't take too long to learn the tracks. That turn always gets me. Oh, I might not qualify for the final. I think it's only 2 laps. First. That was a good race, though.
That's first.
Alright, go to the final. 3 laps this time. Now, vehicle repairs, it has a bunch of stuff that can get broken, but the vehicle repairs take way short time. This is heavy bodywork, and it's going to take no more than 3.5 minutes. It actually almost might take longer to clean the car than it does to do the repairs. It only took 20 more seconds to fix all that damage I sustained. So that's probably my biggest complaint, is that damage is just not realistic still. It's never been in any of Codemasters games. Even if you're on simulation mode or any other difficulty settings, they just don't let you do it.
Last lap, keep pushing. Car inside.
Second.
That's a good finish. Second, well
Yeah.
done. You should be happy with that. It's a job well done.
Could have won. So after each of the free play events, you do earn experience and money, although not as much as if you did the same event in the career mode. So that's where you make most of your money. But honestly, you get so much money rolling in by simply progressing through it. As long as you finish somewhat decently, that's not really an issue. All right, so that's Land Rush. We'll do a short Rallycross event too. Again, you can choose your vehicle. I actually purchased, I actually won one of them. Now, even though this has the official license, there's only 5 tracks, which is kind of surprising to me. I'm going to choose the one in France because I actually kind of like that one. And we'll choose the... yeah, we'll do that one. We'll do the Sprint. And we'll just do regular dry weather. And we're going to change this. We'll do 2 semifinals and 3 on the final. Short. As with all the Rallycross events, you have to take the Joker on one of the laps. So there's some strategy involved there because, basically if you're in the lead, you want to stay in the lead, but if you're behind some cars, you can take the Joker and then get clean track in front of you. So, got to get top 3. So, we'll try to get top 3.
There is a slight delay, but you could go any second, so keep focused, keep your head down. Ready to race. Go.
Let's see if we can get top 3 in 2 laps. I'm gonna take the Joker.
You're fighting for 6th position at the moment.
Go take your Jokers, people. I got first. That was great. That was a good race, too. 2
You
laps.
should be very happy with that. Job well done.
I am, actually. Alright, made it to the final. Again, you can do way longer events, but this is more just for a shorter video, show off more of the stuff.
Get ready. Go, go, go.
3 laps this time. Oh! Jerk.
Once the rest have done their Joker, I reckon we'll be fighting for first.
Do the Joker this lap. I don't feel like battling other cars for it. Because everyone's going to be scrambling for it next lap.
Improve your pace. Joker may free you up. Joker.
Yeah, I did that.
Last lap coming up. Don't forget your Joker.
I got it. We're good.
Okay, you're fighting for 4th position at the moment.
See, no one in front of me done the Joker yet, so it should be alright. See ya, suckers. There you go. That's how you do it.
Well done.
Thank you. It's a lot of money from my sponsors. Actually, way twice as much than the prize money I got. Alright, that's Rallycross. Again, I like both of those in the gamer handling mode as opposed to simulation, which I will now switch back because I'm going to do some rallying. But again, you got to go all the way back here and change it. to sim mode. Alright, back to where we were. Now, there's also Historic Rally, which is a lot of the same things, except it has the older vehicles here that you can choose from. But I'm going to do regular Rally. So, again, these are all newer vehicles. I think I'm just going to stick with my Subaru. I like the Subarus. But kit cars are scary. The Group Bs are super scary. Now, there are 5 different environments. I'll show off a couple of them, although I will show off what the tracks look like. You know, kind of the main feature of this game is the random track generator. So what you can do is you can pick the length and the complexity of the event, and then you just hit generate stage, and it will make different stages. Spain is very slow, curvy asphalt, which you have to contend with, and I don't care for it too much. You can also go in and actually just randomize it from here. It'll randomize the weather and the time of day and everything else. So that's pretty nice. Another of the environments that I don't really care for is Sweden. In Sweden, you get a lot of, it's snow, a lot of tight snowbanks and stuff like that. So again, I don't really care for that too much. And also Wales is available, which is basically the same as it was in Dirt Rally, where the forested areas are very slow and curvy, and then it's more wide open in the other areas. But again, you can keep generating all these stages, change the complexities, which you can see adds a lot more curvature to the track. But all these are different every time, and it's very quick about generating it, and it does a really good job of generating the tracks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do kind of my two different, or my two favorite areas, which are, I'm going to start out in Michigan, and we'll do a couple of random stages there, but we'll check the weather. Like, I'm not going to do, what is this, mist and fog? Yeah. Yeah, twilight fog. Actually, that might be interesting. So we'll do that. We'll actually do a service interval here to repair any damage. And then I'm also going to do a 2-stage event in Australia. So again, we're going to randomize here. Now, the longest you can do is, basically it's 10 miles in some of the areas. So there's a fairly long one, although I don't think we're going to do it that long. So that's actually pretty good. Early afternoon, light rain. And we'll do, I don't need to do rain the whole time, we'll do overcast. So those will be good. So that'll be good. We'll do 4-stage championship. Now, the championship itself doesn't really matter because you earn money individually on the different stages, not actually added up over the whole championship. So you could do 2 different championships of one event each and get the same amount of experience than if you did it the other way. So let's head off to Michigan in the mist and the fog. So here we go. Blah, blah, blah. All right.
Looking like a clear run. Marshall doesn't have anything. Just stay focused.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Left forward through dip. 60.
Pace notes are pretty good. The only time that I have an issue with the pace notes is when you have a very fast straightaway followed by a short, tight turn, and they don't tell you about it until it's kind of too late. But that's the only time that I've had issues with the pace notes. Sometimes they don't, she's busy telling you bumps and dips and stuff and not telling you about this slow turn that's coming up. Michigan is my favorite track area, and I'm doing really bad because I'm talking. Because it's fairly wide open, there you don't get into too much trouble. It has usually fast turns and straightaways and stuff like that.
Right 4 long, tightens, keep in. Into left 6, don't cut. Right 5, left 5, and turn, open, hairpin 60.
That was almost a good turn.
And left 6. And right 4 over crest, 150. Right 6 over crest, logs outside, 100. Left 6.
And you don't get in too much trouble by
200 over bumps.
missing it. Here comes the straightaway. This is another thing you'll see with the random track generator. You'll see a lot more straight areas, because I think the developers before felt they had to put in a lot of turns to get your money's worth when they had the scripted stages. But you'll get a lot of fast straights followed by tight corners, which I think is a lot more interesting.
Don't cut, 100. Left 4. And right 6. Into left 5. And right 6. And left 5. 40 through dip. Right 6 over crest. 200. 200 over bumps. 150. Left 4. Long. Keep in. Don't cut. 100. Right 4. Long. And right 6. 80. Right 5. And left 6. And right 4 over crest. 60. Left 6. Long. And turn. Acute left. 60. Right 5. 150. Right 4 long. Tightens. Keep in. Don't cut. Into left 6. And right 6. Logs inside. And left 5. 40 through dip. Right 6 over crest. 80. 110 over bumps. Keep left over crest. 100. Left 4. And right 6. Into left 5. 150. Right 4 long. Keep in. Don't cut. 200. Right 4 long. Keep in. 200. Right 6 over crest. 200. Left 4 long. Keep in. Don't cut. 250. Left 6 over crest. Dip. Logs outside. Crest. 60. Past junction. Caution. Bump. 200. To finish. Whoa. Slow down for the marshal.
Wrecked right after the start finish line. This is another thing you after you cross the finish line, you have to bring it into the marshal. I think that's a nice little touch. And I won that stage by 0.6 of a second. It's pretty good. Like I said, I really like Michigan. It's my favorite area.
Stage. Good work.
So we'll go repair this damage. Now you saw my car. Yeah, heading into the short fog. This should be fun. Fast fog patches. The key to wrecking out. Alright, so in between, usually it's in between every 2 stages. You can go repair your vehicle. Now there's a lot of things that can get damaged. So here I have light damage from my radiator, and I have heavy body damage. So how long do you think it would take to fix heavy body damage? That's right, it takes 3 minutes. So not only is the damage very slight, it takes way too short amount of time to fix it all. I've never had an instance where I haven't been able to fix every damage within 30 minutes. Usually it's like 15, even if you roll over 10 times or whatever. So that's really kind of the most disappointing part to me. Anyways, there's no way of having more realistic damage than that. You know, when it takes longer to clean your car than it does to fix heavy body damage, you know, there's something up with that. So, all right, so we're gonna go race in the dark in the fog. This should turn out wonderfully, I'm sure.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right 6 over crest, 150. 110 over bumps.
And it's fast.
Keep left over crest, 60.
Like,
Left 5 bumps.
where is this turn?
Past junction. And left
Again, you know, this is the same environment, but the track looks completely different. Even though, you know, they're both randomly generated tracks. So the track generator is really, really well done. About the only time that I see any repeats are when you have little hairpin turns at intersections. That you can recognize that it's kind of the same thing. But other than that, you know, you're essentially getting infinite replay value from the track generator. And that's why actually most of what I've been doing is doing custom championships using random tracks. It's very interesting.
And turn, Q left 60. Right 5, 200.
I'm actually doing really terrible.
6 over crest, 250. Right 4 long, keep in, 60. Right 6. Into left 4 long, opens, keep in, 100 and right 6. And left 5, 40 through dip. Right 6 over crest, 150. Right 6 over crest, 80. Right 5, don't cut. And right 4, don't cut, 200. 200 for bumps, 60. Right 4, long, don't cut. And right 6, don't cut, 80. Left 6 through dip, water splash. Right 5. And left 6, 80. Over finish to stop.
Actually, it wasn't too bad.
Slow down for the
Fog
marshal.
wasn't super heavy. 9th, though. Don't know if I like that.
Alright, that's done. Stage time, standings have been recorded.
Yeah, drop down a second for the event. Yeah, twice as much money. Almost the next level. Alright, so let's go to Australia for a couple stages. Probably my other favorite area. Well, not probably. It is my other favorite area. I'll tolerate Wales, too. You just got to go slow. Spain is annoying. I just don't like doing the snow. So again, I'd like to have, you know, it doesn't really matter because you get the random tracks. So you can just keep generating, you know, I just keep generating a bunch of tracks basically in Michigan and Australia. But I'd still like to have, you know,
Good position.
other regions that they have in the real rally championship. Even if they're generally going to be the same type of layout as the existing ones.
3, 2, 1, go. Bump, pass junction, 100, left 5, crest. And
This one you have to be a little bit more careful with.
80 through dip.
These things are, the
Left
roads,
long, don't
def,
cut, 60, right 5.
like I said, be a little bit more careful. The road is definitely tighter,
Caution, crest, jump
so you have to go
right
a little bit slower and be more careful.
Left 5, crest, and crest, 80 through dip, left 5 long, left 5,
And I'm going kind of slow.
and
A lot of fences and stuff too.
don't cut,
I'm doing pretty terrible.
into right 5, 150,
If I was,
left 6,
you know, if I kind of cared a little bit more, I'd probably restart, but it's alright.
60, 80 through dip, crest, and keep right over crest, 110 through dip, left 5, dip, left 3 long, tightens over crests, 60, right 5 long, don't cut, caution, crest, jump maybe, right 5, don't cut, 80 through dip, left 3 over crest, dip, crest, through gate, 80 through dip, crest, and keep right over crest, 110 through dip, through gate, 80 through dip, hair, crest, right 5, and left 6, 80, crest, dip, right 3 over crest, 80 through dip, crest, 200,
Barely had enough time to slow down
dip,
for that.
right 5, crest, turn,
And she needs to be a little bit faster
60,
reading stuff after straights, but basically you just end up, slowing down a little bit if you can't see what's happening ahead.
Jump maybe. Right 5. Dip.
And again, you can't tell this is randomly generated, pasted together from little tiles. It looks great.
Dip. Bump.
And you get a lot more straight areas that are super dangerous.
Jump maybe. 80 dip. Crest. 100 through dip. Crest. Jump maybe. Dip. 80 through dip. Care. Crest. Right 5. And left 6 through gate. 100. Right 6. Left 5 over crest.
Oh, hello, fence.
80 through dip. 80. Left 4. And caution.
Yeah, those long straights are so scary. Because you just, it's blind and you don't
Through dip.
know when the, the turn's coming up.
Left 2. 60. Left 3.
That's another nice thing about the random generator. It's more like real rally where you just don't know what's coming up.
Left 3.
You know, you're playing everything for the first time instead of playing all the same stages over and over and just simply memorizing where things are and, ignoring the pace notes.
Through dip.
So I think it's more true to kind of the spirit of rally racing doing it with the random maps.
And left 3. And
And obviously it works really well in this context.
left 4 tightens. And right 3, don't cut. And left 4, 80.
Oh my gosh.
Left 6, keep right over crest.
I have no idea where I'm at. I gotta recover.
Left 6, keep right over crest. Don't cut.
Not my best stage.
Right 2, crest 80. Keep left over crest. 250. Dip. Right 5. Crest. Turn. Hairpin left. Bumps.
Now the handling and physics and stuff seems to be, I don't know, because I've obviously never driven a real rally car before, but it seems to be a little bit more realistic than Dirt Rally where
Crest.
you
Dip.
can't go as fast
Right 3 over crest.
through things.
Through dip. Crest. Left 5. Into
In
right
Dirt 4 as you can in Dirt Rally.
and left 4.
Cars seem to be heavier.
Into right 5. Through gate. 60. 80 through dip. Left 3 over crest. Dip. Crest. Through gate. Right 3 long. Opens over crests. Don't cut. Dip. Right 5. Don't cut. 80 through dip.
I'm just not doing
Left
very
3
good.
over crest. Left 3 over crest.
Not very much penalty for recovering your vehicle though. Like it would take you 5 seconds to tow it back on the track.
Left 5 over crest.
Much like the damage.
80 through dip. 80. Left 4 tightens. Don't cut. And right 3. And left 4. Don't cut. 80. Keep left over crest. Care. Right 1.
Oh my goodness. I'm so far behind the leader.
And right 4 over crest.
Still 11th though.
Keep left over crest. 100 through dip. Keep middle over crests. 100. Keep middle over crests. 100 through dip. Keep right over crest. Right 5. 80 through dip. Left 5 long. Tightens. Don't cut. Into right 3. Keep left over crest. 100 through dip. Keep middle over crests. 80. Right 3. Don't cut. Into left 2 long. Opens.
Broke a
And
little
turn.
bit too late for
Open,
that.
hairpin right 80.
Almost near the end though.
Left 3 narrows. To finish. Alright, take her slow.
Fitting way to finish that.
It was an okay result. I think we can
Nice
push a
looking
little
car.
more on the next stage.
Well, there you go. That's Dirt 4. Don't really need to do the last stage, I don't think. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I think it's a good improvement over Dirt Rally. Basically has the same simulation style handling as Dirt Rally does, but also adds the gamer mode to make the game more approachable to a wider audience. The other really nice feature that it has are the randomly generated tracks. Makes it so you can play different tracks every time. The tracks are not obviously pasted together from different parts, so I think they look just as good as handcrafted tracks do. You know, they may not have the memorable parts of stages, but it definitely adds a lot of replay value to the game. I also like how the career mode, you don't have to place on the podium or even win the events in order to progress in the career. You just get more money, which you can spend on cars, hiring staff, and doing team upgrades to get you better parts and more cars in your garage. Has different modes. I'd like to see more tracks for the Rallycross mode, especially with the license that they have. I'd like to see a more fleshed out land rush mode with a couple more tracks there, and more than 5 locations in the rally mode would be nice. But again, you get all the the gamut of different surfaces and conditions that you can have there. Also has the online multiplayer, has the events which refresh once a day or once a week, and also real-time racing against other people online. I frankly got tired of racing on the same tracks over and over in Dirt Rally, and the procedurally generated tracks here basically solves that problem. And along with the different handling modes, I think makes this a highly recommended game. And if you're into rally racing, this is definitely something you'll want to check out. That's all I have for today. Till next time, bye now.